Well, good day everyone. Another rambling thought from today's Herald Sun, Good Friday Herald Sun. A seaman, it's a female seaman, has won the right to pursue the Royal Australian Navy to pay to raise her son after it failed to detect she was 7 weeks pregnant when she enlisted. The woman was unaware she was pregnant when she joined up as a 19-year-old, and in 7 medical examinations in 4 months the Navy failed to detect her pregnancy. She says she would have had an abortion if she'd have learned of her pregnancy earlier, and claims the Navy's negligence meant she had to undergo the pregnancy and birth, causing her to be held back in her career, and to bear the costs of raising her healthy and now 8-year-old son. Must be great for the 8-year-old son to know that Mum really would have preferred to have you aborted. However, the Navy denies any wrongdoing. She claims a pregnancy test during her initial medical examination returned negative results, and she did report that in January, March and April she hadn't had a period since the previous November or December, and no pregnancy tests were done. You'd think that she might have actually suspected how much faith she put in. I guess it's hard for me to say being a male, but I guess if I'd have thought that I was and there were no pregnancy tests done by the Navy, I'd probably pop down to the chemist and get a pregnancy test kit and just check it out. But she didn't. And then, of course, after fainting and suffering from morning sickness and so forth, then the pregnancy was diagnosed. She was then 22 weeks pregnant at that stage. As I say, I'm a little surprised. I suspect that most women would have been a little concerned and got the home pregnancy test and tried it for themselves. This has been back and forth in the courts at the moment, but currently there's a 3-member appeal court has considered the case and allows her claim to proceed. Now, it's a very difficult one. You can see both ways, and we don't know the full story, but in the long run, I guess actions have consequences, and if you do manage to get pregnant and have a child, I do believe the responsibility is the parents to look after the child. And again, there's no mention of the father, and quite often, of course, there isn't any mention of the father these days. But I don't know that you can blame the Navy for not telling you you're pregnant. Certainly, I suspect that there should have been some actions and some concerns on her part. As you can see, I'm not sympathetic to the whole approach, but it is a somewhat difficult one. But it also reflects the fact that in our society at the moment, nothing is your fault. Someone's always to blame when there are difficulties, and we are a litigious society, which is a very unhappy state of affairs. It will be interesting to see what happens. She's suing the Navy for the costs of raising her son, which basically means us taxpayers once it gets down the line. I'm not sure that I just don't have a simple answer to this, but as I say, I'm not sympathetic to the case, but I don't have the full details. But basically, actions have consequences, and you just have to accept those when you're caught up in the maelstrom of life. In any case, litigious society strikes again, and I'll be back in the future with more snippets of news and the strange events that seem to work in our strange society here in Victoria. Bye for now.